How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who looks... Why is it on the... I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? I don't know why this thing keeps reverting back to the way it is. Capture method, I guess we're gonna have to do automatic. I'm gonna have to change some of the things on my displays because that's kind of annoying, but no worries, I know how to fix it. No big deal. We keep it calm, cool, and woosah around here, right? So welcome, everybody. Welcome, freaking welcome. Definitely happy to see everybody. Let me say hi to the chat. I'm gonna test something out really quick. All right, here we go. Cancel that. All right. Let me say hi to the chat. We'll go on and talk about AMC, what's going on today, and some interesting things going on that I want to cover really quick. Matt Kramer was first for the first time. Congratulations, Matt. Dog, hello. Give Kramer an award. Oh, what did Kramer do? Macamania, what's up, Ape fam? Just came to jam out to the intro. I'm glad you guys like that music. I think some people were hating on it before. I kind of like it, but I chose it because I liked it. And it's hard to find, free music that you're allowed to use, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole thing, but I'm glad you liked it. Actually, I need to write down a note. I have my notepad open. Great. Home, yo, where are the grape eating apes at? What's up? William, the catalyst for the MOADs is a market crash because nobody's enforcing the rules. What's up, William? My goodness. What? Home? What the heck? Inception? Food coma? But here. What's up, Diane? All right, let's talk about how do you feel about Open Door stock? When might the market? William, we'll talk about that in a second. Let me go over actually, we can talk about it really quick while some people trickle in. It seems like we're kind of low attendance today. That's all right. Let's see. How do I feel about Open Door? Is Open Door stock who I think they are? Oh, it's OTC. All right. Ooh, is this the right stock? I'll pull it up over here. NASDAQ open, opendoor.com. Oh, Open Door. Actually, here's the deal. I will say I've used Open Door before whenever I was looking for houses and stuff, and it's actually so freaking cool. Like, it's very, very cool because it doesn't require a realtor. Especially, I think this is the future, right? Going forward, I really see. Here's the deal. Like, people always need realtors, all that good stuff, but if people can find a way to cut out a realtor from the process, or these people have their realtors with Open Door, however it's going to work, I think it's extremely interesting because you have to remember a realtor is kind of a middle person, right? Middleman, middle woman, just whatever. They're the person in the middle who takes a cut from both sides, or no, they take a cut from one side and the other realtor takes a cut from the other side, and it's a whole thing. Like, it costs money. So, realistically, I've used this before. I did have a realtor, but whenever I use this, honestly, I freaking loved it. Because the thing is, if anybody's ever purchased a home, like, you have to have a realtor, and then you have to go meet up with your realtor. You have to say, hey, are you ready? Can you let me in the home? Like, can you be here? And some people feel bad, right? Like, if I wanted to go, if it was Saturday or Sunday or both, and I'm over here, I want to go tour a house, at 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever, I have to call my realtor, say, hey, can you be here on a Saturday? They have family, they have friends in town, like, who knows what they have going on. They're gonna have a barbecue that day, and I want to go on my own terms. I want to go when I'm ready. I'm the one buying a house, so, but obviously I'm not rude like that. But there's those kinds of things. You have to coordinate with people. It's a whole thing. So with something like this, it was so nice because if it was on Open Door, and even there were some Zillow open houses that you could tour, It was so freaking fun. So actually it's so much better, right? And you don't have the pressure of like and my realtor was kind of like a friend. I'm not, so it wasn't really too bad for me. But then you have the pressure, like that realtor wants to show you the house and they want to walk you through it and they want to paint a picture for you, see you living in the house so they can make the sale and be done with you. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So, buying and selling, finance, I mean, you can do all this stuff here. I wish I didn't click on all those links, but I think this is actually very, very cool. I think this is the future, right? Personally. Now, we'll see if this continues to go on, what happens. Pages 5%. That's one less. Oh, you see that? So, I mean, maybe. I don't know. It says pages 5% in fees. That's one less than the traditional 6% and thousands in savings, which is true. Each percentage that you give is a whole bunch more, right, than you were expecting to give or whatever it might be. So, I don't know. It's just pretty interesting. Definitely an interesting concept, especially if they're getting these houses dirt cheap right now. How the housing market is crazy, especially with materials. If you haven't kept up or not keeping up, then oh no, don't tell me Mayron made some moves today. 25% in the after hours. This is it. It's about to reverse. I knew it was coming. So anyways, yeah, so I think this is extremely interesting, right? I really like this kind of concept. I really like what's going on here with Open Door. We'll see how the housing market continues. Oh no, this isn't the right stock. Or is this the right stock? 1 year. Well, it's actually down. Where's March of 2020? We'll look at 5 years, I guess. Oh, they're relatively new. Okay, so there is no March, but this is where it started. $11, 34, and it kind of just been going down. But I feel like it's going to recover pretty strong. I do like this stock, I must say. Let's take a look at their financials. And oh wait, this is the wrong stock. Is it OPNDF? Nope, wrong button. There it is. Here we go. Now we can see the chart, see what's been going on. Ooh, this is not looking good. This is from 812. It just recently just kind of tanked. Honestly, I think it was oversold, as you can see, and it was a huge buying opportunity. Let's look at the 4-hour candles. Not so oversold, but I do think that I'd be surprised if it didn't recover back up to like 17, 18 bucks. Okay, so we know what they do, their financials. Let's look at annual. Do we even have that annual here? 66 million, 133 million. See, 2020 was rough for them. And I guess, which is kind of surprising continuing what happened during 2020 with with everything. It's pretty interesting, but yeah, I'm not too sure. Okay, so we see that, yeah, so it went from 130, 66, 133, 301 down to 219 million, right? And so just not the best year in 2020, but it wasn't the best year in 2020 for anyone. Yeah, institutional ownership 54%. That's super high. A lot of people are just bullish on it. I'm personally bullish on it as well. You see the price targets, high of 42. Average of 31, low of 19. It's currently at 14, almost 15 bucks. So I definitely think there's some opportunities to be made here. Only thing, it's a little volatile right now. So if you were looking to do like an option, I don't know, it's going to be a little. Let's see what an option looks like. 280. Yeah, a little pricey for these options right now, but I do like what's going on with this stock. I do believe in that company. Actually, I'm going to favorite it because I'm interested. Mayron. So let's go back to Mayron really quick because yes, I am we've talked about this before. I'm very curious about Mayron. And let's actually go over to Ortex really quick and talk about why I'm so bullish on Mayron. This thing takes forever to load. I don't know why. It's just not going so well. It's been like this for a few days. The Ortex main page like this. So We'll see what happens here. Oh, wow. It's just exit page. We'll refresh it. Hopefully that fixes it. Just let it load. We'll let it think. No problem. No problem. Thanks for letting me know, Jose, because I have been watching it. Dang. Rocky says, Sprt low flow, 100% utilization, cost to borrow over 100. Dang, Rocky. So here's the thing about a squeeze, right? Just because the stock is heavily shorted doesn't mean it's going to like squeeze. However, you know, historically we have seen some pretty crazy moves. We're looking at MRIN. So here's one of the reasons why I'm super interested in Marin, for this reason right here. We can see that, oh, did the utilization go down recently? Wait a second. Hold on, let me take a look here really quick. One second. Wow, I guess it leveled out. This was super high. And I guess I haven't checked it in a while, but this was like this was at over, short interest was 127% at its peak, and it's been kind of going down. So man, this is actually completely different than what I had thought it was. What about the utilization? Did that go down at the same time as well? Utilization has been going up. Man, this is very weird. I was thinking that, Jose, I'm not in it. I have been just keeping an eye on it, because whenever I looked at it previously, all of the short interest numbers were super high, right? It was still all the way at like 81% last time I had looked at it, and I guess I haven't looked at it in a while, and it just kind of tanked. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. I mean, with the short interest not being so high, this could be like a fluke, or maybe it's going to run up super high. It's very interesting how these numbers are so low, and it seems to be like going through something crazy right now. I don't know what's happening. SPRT. Okay, let's take a look at SPRT. It looks like some people are trickling in. We'll talk about SPRT, and then we'll hop into good old AMC. Trying to clear some of this up. So I always have, actually I got to clear a few more to get AMC in here. Okay, support.com. Let's see what support.com is, because I don't think I'm too familiar with it. Support.com is a provider of customer and technical support solutions. The company's home sourcing model enables outsourced work to be delivered by people working from home. Has been specifically designed for remote work, with attention to security, recruiting, training, delivery, and employee engagement. It provides outsourced customer service and cloud-based technology platforms to companies with multiple industry verticals. It serves a client. Okay, this is actually pretty fantastic. Let me copy the link and get it pulled up, because this is pretty interesting over here. Support.com. Yeah, I mean, just customer service, right? Customer service is so huge, especially what's been going on. Message on Facebook while streaming. I can. Oh, okay. I see. Sam. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Diamond. I'm just in the wrong. I'm in a weird kind of spot. Oh, hello, Miss Rodriguez. Welcome. So what was I talking about? Okay, support.com. So I think it's just huge, right? And me, I worked at a call center previously, and working in the call center, I learned so much, right? Because originally we were in the call center, there was no way you could work from home. And then all of a sudden it wasn't even the pandemic. They were looking for ways to save money. And then they decided, you know what, maybe we can work from home. They saved a lot of money on the building expenses alone. Remember, whenever you have a building, especially building, it was an open, almost like I don't want to say a warehouse, but it was super open concept, a bunch of rows full of computers, full of, yeah, I see you. So super open concept, full of rows with computers, and I mean, there were like well over like hundreds of computers in this place. Hundreds of people can fit in here. It was huge, and in that space, you know, it's like, okay, how am I supposed to bring the whole computer home? How am I supposed to bring this? Like, I was talking about building expenses. So building expenses are expensive. You know, you have to make sure it's cool enough in the building to not, number one, make sure everyone is like on the call center. You want to make sure they're not hot because they're going to get angry or frustrated and stuff like that. On top of that, you have to make sure that it's cool enough so the computers don't overheat, and I guess as well as the people. And there's lights and this and that, and there's just so much that goes into buildings. If someone makes a spill, if there's got to be cleaning and maintenance, there's just so much. If toilets break, there's everything, right? And that's just an endless list of issues. And so they did the cost analysis and stuff. They decided, you know what, we're going to save the money for the building and we're going to work remotely, and you can work anywhere in Texas as long as you stay in Texas. And that's what they did. They were like, all right, well, we'll go ahead and work from home. And then they decided, you know what, we can actually outsource. Then they started outsourcing to save a few bucks. And there's a whole thing on it. So I think a lot of businesses right now could really, really benefit from this. On top of that, there's a what is the word I'm looking for? A benefit to some of these companies, because some of these companies are just super standard, super cut and dry. You can do this, you can't do that. And that's the way it goes. So with these kinds of things, I swear I've called call centers and I'm almost guaranteed that they work for different companies that do the same thing. So like, if you work in a call center, you have your like headset right here, and then you get a little pop-up on your screen and it says like, tries to tell you what they're calling for. And so what'll happen is, I'm sure that some of these companies, they say, I don't want to, let's say it's a drill manufacturing company, right? And it's one drill, but it has all these different brand names on it. So if they call you, customer support, you say, company A, this is, so-and-so, how can I help you? And then, so you can do one person for like 5 or 10 companies because it's all the same exact process. So, interesting things. I'm pretty bullish on it. As you can see, I'm kind of passionate about it. Let's look at their financials annually. The profit from 2017 was 12.7 million, 11.9 million, 16.47 million. So that went up, and then back down to 14.94 million. So kind of trending upwards, but not super consistent just yet. I think it's pretty kind of all over the place. I'd be curious to know what happened if COVID didn't hit. But then again, with COVID hitting, you have to remember a lot of people did go remote, and maybe they weren't looking for this kind of service, but maybe they were. I don't know. Institution ownership, 21.91%. That's all right. Analysts, no analyst ratings here. Let's look at them on a 6-month chart. So they've had some booms, right? Had some big booms over here. And let's actually get it pulled up. SPRT on here. Oh, I was supposed to hit T. Sprt.com, perfect. And let's look at the short interest, see what's going on over here. So short interest is extremely high, as someone already said. Utilization is pretty high as well. Shares on loan, let's see what kind of float they have. So free float is 100 no, free float is 15.09. So it's about 33%, right? Because it would be 5.62 divided by 15.39 is about 36%, sure. Which AMC is only about 20% of the shares on loan is, or only about 20% of the shares are on loan. Looking to go broke without, not looking to go broke. I don't know what I said, Angelina. Welcome. And I don't know what the heck I said, but utilization. So let's see what happened recently, because we can see over here that, oh my gosh, it's been going up. It's been going up, 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 and it's about to reach an all-time high very soon, which is interesting. But again, it's one of those things where, yeah, it's all very high and stuff. It's heavily shorted and all this good stuff. But like, are people actually holding the stock? Like, and this is where I go to. Not everything is a squeeze. Are there enough people holding it that it's actually going to squeeze? Like, I wish I could see how many people are holding the stock, and how hard it is to kind of get. But I think it's pretty interesting. I don't think I'm going to make a play on it, but definitely gonna, I wouldn't mind watching it though, and see what the numbers do. But all right, let's go ahead and hop into good old AMC, because I know I've been neglecting AMC a little bit today. So today was not my favorite day, is what I'll say. Yeah, no chasing for me, Diane. Excuse me. So AMC was down 7.47% on the day. We can see here it did end the day at $33.82. Currently in the after hours trading down 0.74%. So nothing too crazy, but definitely broke this ascending channel that we had here that I was hoping to keep. We did have that George W was looking pretty solid and then kind of just fell down today. Obviously there's not that I haven't seen any news, anything that really has indicated why this would happen, right? No real indication, no real indicators as to why this is just not the best right now, or why not even the best right now, why it was down 7% on the day. No real good indicators other than maybe it's just extremely volatile. So we'll see what happens. We'll check the Ortex data in just a second. Before we do that, let's take a look at GameStop. GameStop was down 2.64% on the day. Excuse me, to end the day at $152.90. Currently in the after hours, up 0.14%. Dogecoin is at 31 cents. It's down from 35, but up from 16 cents. Just moving like a maniac. Bitcoin is finally back up. I know it had what was that low back here? Didn't it go all the way down to 29? Okay, I thought it hit 28, but I guess I was wrong. 29 all the way back up to 46k per coin. Just wild and crazy, kids. Let's look at the tops for the day. I'm gonna get a sip of water while I pull that up. Matt, we're gonna take a look at that stock in just a second, my friend. Oh gosh, I didn't hear about that, Angelina. All right, we'll have to take a look into that in just a second. Let's see if there's anything I recognize. Macy's was up 19%, almost 20. Krispy Kreme, delicious. Bath and Body Works, incredible. Oh, it's not on NASDAQ OTC. Thanks, Matt. Oh, the CFO. Top losers. Red Robin. All right. So that is what's going on there. Let's pull up the Ortex for good old AMC. Okay, so AMC, we can see here utilization around 90.97%. Short interest looks like it's 18 even. And shares on loan 105.61. Kind of been fluctuating. I think they're all down just a tad. Especially the shares on loan and utilization. They're just down just a little bit, but that's all right. I'm not too worried about it. I'm more so looking at the trend of everything. And again, the trend is just in my favor, I suppose I could say. It's trending the way I would like to see it trending for the goal, my personal financial goals is what I'll say. So that's what's going on there. Actually, I do have Fintel up, so let's take a look at what's been going on with buyers and sellers. We can look at the owners, institutional owners, and see what's going on. Whoops. I'm not gonna click that. So let's see what's been going on here. And oh my gosh, all these people have been buying. This is fantastic. Look at all these shares that have been purchased. Granted, they're kind of smaller numbers, but people have been really increasing their position in AMC as it's been consolidating. I mean, look at these people bought at 33.44, 33.43, 33.41, 33.43, and it just continues. These two got in 29.85, but why would anyone have a put so low? What? That's weird. But we can see, other than this call and the put, all of these are shares, right? And we can see it's as low as 287, 600, but there's 2,000, 99,000, 154,000. Nothing too crazy like a million or 5 million or 10 million shares yet, but we can see a lot of people. I mean, this is the 18th, and granted, this is when they filed, but it was on the 18th, 19th, 17th. We can see all of these people. It looks like there were a few puts around the 17th. I'm not sure why that is, but it took pretty dang solid to me. Crazy. So something I did actually tweet something today, and I noticed some people did like it. It's actually Trey's Trades tweet. I can't even take credit for it, but it was over here on Bloomberg. And essentially what happened was, so this is Bloomberg, and we'll pull up their site in just 1 second. But Trey posted this, and he said, "So quick question at business." I guess this is that's their. I don't know what that is, but we can see Bloomberg over here. Is this a mistake of data input on your end, or is something investors should know about AMC, right? You see Bloomberg right here. Again, I'm going to pull it up in just a second. Something extremely, extremely interesting is the shares outstanding, right? And if you've been on the channel for any amount of time, and I know 99% of you have, we know that the magic number for AMC, the number that the apes have seem to agree upon for synthetic shares is, was 2.5 billion, more recently 3 billion, right? 3 billion synthetic shares. So it's just extremely interesting that, that random number, and maybe it's not so random. I'm sure the apes have a good reason as why they kind of selected those numbers as their kind of champion, right? Mathematically. And it's very interesting that it would be, about 3 billion here, whenever the apes have been talking about 3 billion for their shares, for synthetics, right? Synthetic shares, they're gonna have to buy back the float back. I think it was like 6 times at this number. So definitely extremely curious as to know why this is. Typically, and keep in mind, typically these numbers are not, think about how many stocks there are. They're not going in manually typing all of this stuff, right? They're not just manually typing all this crazy stuff. They're actually it's typically pulled in by the system, right? And the system gathers all the data or whatever, however it gets all its data, and then it just shows it, prints it. So I thought this was very, very, very interesting whenever I saw this. So as I got home today and got ready for the stream, I did pull up over here, Bloomberg again. We can see Bloomberg right here. And we can see, AMC right here, key statistics. And then we see the shares outstanding is now back down to this number. Now, there's a million different things that could happen. I don't want to shill anybody, but if this was, let's say, if this was on the computer, I could see it being manipulated, like maybe somebody changed it. But it being on a phone, I mean, especially it looks like an iPhone, you really can't change these numbers. You know what I mean? Like you would have to, for example, if you're on a computer, you can right click, inspect it, and then you can actually go and change the numbers here. It's actually extremely easy to do. You see it's 513. You can change it to we're gonna do 10B. And then it's just 10B right here, right? And I can close this and just act like nothing ever happened. So, of course, you guys have to there. I don't know. Y'all fall for this stuff? Oh my gosh, you guys are so silly. And so yeah, so this is what's going on here. Again, I don't want to shill anybody. I'm not trying to take anything away, but this is, you know, I don't know, kind of interesting. That was in Brazil's currency. Well, no, that doesn't make any sense. No, I think it's a prank. You're trying to prank me. Anyways, very interesting here, these numbers. So something else that's going on is apparently there was this guy right here. So this is not in a very good order. We can see here, let me go ahead and organize this just a tad. Let me close this. So a lot of people on the subreddits have been talking about a lawsuit that's been going on. And so there's a lawsuit. And so I figured, I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. And we can see here, lawsuit filed against Citadel Connect, Dark Pool, Citadel LLC Hedge Fund, Citadel Securities Market Maker, DTCC, FINRA, Ken Griffin, Robinhood Financial, SEC, Webull. Let's go, boys and girls. So that's what this person is. That's what this here is. I mean, you can see it right here on this website. I'm not familiar with it, so if anyone wants to share anything about it, but it seems pretty legit. Seems very legit, very credible. About what is going on. And again, it's just a filing and stuff. But one thing I did want to just bring up, just in case anyone gets like Diane, happy birthday. That's what's going on over here. Diamond, you sprained your wrist. I hope you're doing okay. That freaking sucks. And so we can see over here, it's pretty interesting, right? So he filed this, and so, you know, again, I just want to like have all the facts, like as much as I can. But something interesting that people find, and again, this is for the apes, we can see here, this is being heavily talked about in another posting, and apparently this guy has tried a few times. This is nothing big, according to a few people with more legal verbiage, right? So this guy's tried a few times, probably been, you know, unsuccessful. Something has to stick. Oh, Matt Corey's explained the Brazil thing. It's just kind of weird because, like, okay, this is in Brazil or something like that. Like, it's just weird because 2 apples in America and 2 apples in Brazil is still 2. So like 2 shares. I mean, maybe I'm like oversimplifying it and I'm a clown, but very interesting. Very interesting. But all right, that's fine. Multiply cost by 6 at what? But my question, Diamond, is like, why would we have to divide the total share by 6 and multiply the cost by 6? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Matt Kramer has done his research. He literally does it all day, so respect, but no worries. And that's why everything with a grain of salt, right? I did retweet this, literally saying with a grain of salt. Take a look at this, but that's fine. Hey, look at Trey. Where is this? Okay, so this lawsuit. So yeah, so who knows what's gonna happen to this lawsuit? I did want to read his post. Looks like he has a tweet. It said, I filed the lawsuit because the hedge funds and government should answer for their actions in a court of law. They profit from illegal acts. The government fines and gets their cut, and the apes end up eating the losses. We have antitrust and monopoly laws in this country. If Citadel is the hedge fund, the market maker is the dark pool. Or is that, wait, if Citadel is the hedge fund, the market maker in the dark pool, that's not a violation of our antitrust. And the dark pool. Oh, oh my gosh, reading is hard. Okay, so let me tell you a story about reading. Reading is hard. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, he says it's trust as if that's not a violation of our antitrust monopoly laws, then what is, right? Essentially saying it's all messed up. It's all freaking messed up, and I really hope that it fixes. Mohammed says Brazilian is the listing parting. Oh, 6-1 to NYSE listing. It's common practice. Okay. and this is why I have you guys, because, and this is why I'm always freaking grain of salt, because I can look at this all day and sure, like, number one, I don't know what I'm looking at. Number two, you know, if I go out and say, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this, like, you know, that's why I always grain of salt. It seemed, and you know what? I'm glad I did that, because it seems clear as day, but obviously, you know, you guys are extremely caught up on what the heck is going on over here. And, you know, I appreciate you guys for just letting me know, correcting it, and like, that's the way it is. So thank you guys. Thank you. And so that's what happened here. So this is pretty interesting. Again, you know, these lawsuits, from my understanding, basically anyone can submit a freaking lawsuit. Question is it going to stick? Is it actually going to go anywhere? Is anything going to happen? With this kind of stuff, it seems like he's tried it previously, according to this. He's tried a few times, but it probably just doesn't stick. I can appreciate the attempt and the light that it brings, right? It brings these kinds of things to light, and I think the more we shine the light on what is going on, the more we can start to like make change. Okay, so I think that's kind of everything I want to talk about for AMC. Let's talk about a few other stocks. ILUS is one that Matt had said previously. If you have a stock, you know, I'm trying to look at, like, I would love to look at fun stocks, something with a cool like product or something cool like that. But yeah. And on Brazil, it's a BDR. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on with this one. Illustrato Pictures International. Matt, what you got here for me? Electric vehicle engineer. Whoa, I love EV so much. EV Wednesday? EV Thursday? EV Friday? EV. There's something in there, I think. Okay, so let's see what this appoints experienced electric vehicle engineering announces its commercial electric vehicle utility range. Okay, so very interesting. I do like EVs. However, we've seen it time and time again with Nikola. What was the other one? I don't know if Fisker's doing it, but they got super hyped up, and then it just like tanks because it's actually, you can't actually do it. It's not real. It's just all this stuff. It just never ends. So who knows what's going to happen here? Who knows like which way it's going to go? But isn't it more of a civil case? Probably, Mo. I mean, it just, so much can happen. Like it is more of a civil case, I'll say, but it could set a precedent. And if it sets a precedent for the lawsuit, then it could, I suppose other people could hop on, or I don't know if it could turn into, would you have to file it as a class action? I'm really not too sure about all the legal stuff. If you would have to file it as a class action so that everyone would get compensated, even then the compensation wouldn't be enough for all the apes. Like it just wouldn't really go anywhere. Like at the most, what would you get? Like $5 like on a good day or something, maybe 15 if you're lucky, but it just wouldn't be worth it. Okay, so let's see over here. But I'm curious, what is this? So how do you say their name? Ilus? All right, so this company has developed, manufactures, and already sells the world's first 6-wheeled electric utility vehicle known as the E-Raptor. We got to take a look at this thing. The E-Raptor. Come on, I'm pretty excited. This ain't right, man. E-Raptor 6. Oh my gosh, what? E-Raptor vehicle. Okay, like this. So this is the E-Raptor. Okay, well, that's a little disappointing, but it has a large loading capacity, a range of 60 miles. So it's more so of a really actually literally like a utility in a warehouse, something like that, maybe on a farm, maybe something like that. But okay. It comes in a flatbed version, blah blah blah. I'm looking for the real stuff. Let's see. The E-Raptor response vehicle will be road legal on most roads, which are posted up to 40 miles per hour. Okay. Additional safety features. Okay. So pretty interesting stuff. I mean, let's go to their website, see if they have anything that is actually like exciting on here. But again, EVs, I'd exercise extreme caution with electric vehicle companies because it is just, oh gosh, you never know what in the world is going to come out of these things. E-Raptor, so we can learn more. Let's see if this pulls up. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, fit purpose. Yep, agricultural sectors, right? Industrial and agricultural, right? Exactly what I would assume it was going to be used for, based on the look and everything like that. You know, respect. I hope it works out for them. I don't know, but it looks like they're in a few other things. Let's see. Special technology, emergency services sector. That's pretty interesting. Firefighter safety, reduced water consumption. Let me tell you, if I'm fighting a fire, I don't know if I'm really worried about the water consumption. You know what I mean? Like, I just want the fire to be freaking put out as quickly and as safely as possible. Like, I don't care. Like the water, I can appreciate this and respect this, but let me tell you, if I'm fighting a fire, like I want them to have all the proper resources to be able to accurately fight a fire. So that's a little weird. All right, Firebug, which one's this? Sorry, look at this one. Firebug is the putting out the fire quickly. Oh gosh. Okay, so I guess 65% more efficient water consumption with improved firefighting. Now, I will say this. If it does improve firefighting, so like, see this like small stream, if this mist is actually better at fighting fires and it, whatever the science behind it is, then great. That's fantastic. But yikes. I'd just be a little concerned with the efficacy of it or the efficiency of it or whatever it would be. I just, hopefully it works very, very well, because I'd hate for someone to be Matt, I can appreciate that. Thank you for bringing that up. Matt says, you'll worry about water consumption if you're in a jam-packed, tiny third world country with no hydrants, which is a fantastic, and so you're right. You are completely right. I'm like so one-track minded in this, and that's why I freaking love having you guys, because it's like, we just help each other. Thank you. Mo says, serious question, could Hollywood survive without AMC? AMC, is actually a huge movie chain. You know what I mean? It's actually I think it's the largest movie chain in the world. I really feel like, think about it's, I find it so interesting, excuse me, that the movie industry is how many billions of dollars a year industry, and I guess just a lot of movie theaters, movie chains. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that movies are like dying. Movie theaters, I do wonder if we'll see a resurgence. Adam Aaron seems to be in a similar situation where like he feels like they're going to be, he would love for them to like really resurge, but I don't know. There's something there that I feel like I don't really know how to articulate, but I do think it's interesting. So, okay, here's the technology. This is fantastic because I can see everything here. I guess this is the future fire truck that they've been talking about, or the emergency vehicle that they've been talking about. I wonder if this is electric as well. Interesting stuff. Hollywood is moving. Conversion specialists. Okay. What's our next stock that you guys want to talk about? Probably have time for one or two more. Oh, who we are. Oh, they're not even in the States. This is the States over here. Hardee's, Apple, they're customers for what? Oh, this is pretty neat. I don't know, Diamond, you're gonna get me banned. American Depository Receipt. Okay, okay. Why do we want to know what an ADR is? Investopedia. So let's pick up in Investopedia. So an American Depository Receipt, or an ADR. So it is a certificate issued by a U.S. depository bank. Why is it depository and not depository bank? Representing a specified number of shares, often one share of a foreign company stock. ADR trades on U.S. stock markets as any domestic shares would. So let's look at the key takeaways, my favorite part. So we're going to talk about this one. An American Depository Receipt, or ADR, is a certificate issued by a U.S. bank that represents shares in foreign stock. ADRs trade on American stock exchanges. ADRs and their dividends are priced in U.S. dollars. ADRs represent an easy, liquid way for U.S. investors to own foreign stock. That's actually pretty interesting, you know. So I don't even know how you get an ADR, if there are just ADRs out there, if there is a whole company that is just trading ADRs because it's not in the US. I've never heard of an ADR. It's a very interesting concept. I can appreciate this. I think it's pretty cool. So you don't have to trade on like different exchanges. It kind of is I don't know how you explain it. It's like if you want to keep all the money in the New York Stock Exchange or whatever, and for payment for order flow, all this crazy stuff. I think it's interesting. Matthew says, are there any UK stocks you like? Matthew, I don't know. Not too sure. TC24 says, boss just joined. What's your position on AMC? My position is I'm personally bullish. I have a ridiculous amount of shares to the point where if this thing goes high, I will possibly be able to retire, which is unbelievable to me. But holy smokes. So I'm very, very, very bullish on AMC. Not financial advice, my personal thoughts. Manage your risk, manage your life. Now look at BDR Brazil deposits. Okay, here we go. This is on B3. So BDR is Brazilian Depository Receipts. And these are certificates representing shares of foreign companies traded in Brazil. A BDR program is the ideal instrument for foreign companies to establish a presence in the most dynamic capital market in Latin America. The listing in Brazil increases the visibility of the company and contributes to paving the way for future public offerings, acquisitions, and consolidation of business growth. Foreign companies electing to access the international market by listing a BDR program benefit from these following things, and yada yada. So, Lee, I don't know if I said hi to you today, but hello. I feel kind of bad. So Diamond says, because of the American dollar outweighs 6-1, the Brazil, you notice that the numbers earlier were divided and multiplied by 6. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So I assume what you're saying is, Diamond, I assume you're saying that these numbers, the person, so what you're saying is this person who was looking at this, they were on the Brazil like page. They're located in Brazil and they pulled it up like this. Matthew says, I seriously like Carnival. What other company are you closely watching? Watching some of the heavily shorted ones. One of the ones that I used to talk about all the time, Matthew, I'm not sure if you were actually here whenever I did talk about it, but one I really liked was, Lee, you're crazy. One stock that I used to talk about all the time that I'm pretty interested in, but I really want to know the future of the dang, what is it called? More like a housing market, right? The housing market is extremely interesting right now. I want to know what's going to happen. It's mortgage companies. I'm super into mortgage companies. I think they're going to be great plays, but I just don't know what the heck is going on, because let's look at the 6 month. It's not looking so good, right? It's just not looking so good. We'll put that. But let's look pre-COVID, right? If we look pre-COVID, look where it was. This is pre-COVID right here. And it was looking freaking fantastic for a long time. This is all the way 2017 right here, right? So it was above, the low was 1362 as a well, let's call it $13, right? All the way down here. We'll call it $13 as I guess a low. Well, let's put it this way. It's never been below $13 since 2017, or at least toward 2018, we'll say then. Now, look over here. Look at where it is more recently, right? And we knew that everything crashed. This is March 18th, or end of March, around middle end, whenever everything started crashing, right? Everything started closing down, crashing. Look at this stock. Like, there's something about this that I'm like, has to bounce back, right? There's, and again, this is my theory, this is my guess, but looking at these charts, like, isn't it gonna bounce back? Like, I don't know why it wouldn't bounce back. Potential for a gap fill. Okay, you think it's going to gap fill like this over here, or right or back here? Or I'm curious where you think. And on top of that, this one also has a huge, look at this dividend. This dividend yield of 12%. Are you kidding me with this thing? $12 to $14. Oh, you think, okay, like all the way back here? Man, that'd be very nice. Even over here, there's a little bit, right? Yeah. I mean, I would love anything that filled in over here. Back there would be fantastic. I'd love it. So either way, I'm very, very bullish on this one. Again, I don't really know what's going to happen, but when and if a squeeze happens, I mean, you best believe I will be all over this thing, playing like options and stuff, because these options are just looking... Why are they not filling in? Oh, there they go. These options are looking deliciously cheap, right? Like $4, right? Or no, not $4. $4 right here as a strike. And let's say this thing goes back to, let's say by, it's not gonna happen by January. Let's say by January, right? Let's say by January it goes to, I don't know, $7. So $7 right here on your $19 bet. The $7 is 281. Look at that profit, right? That percentage is huge. Let's say you buy $1,000 worth, right? So what is this going to be? Let's go to 10, and then wait, 20. Is that right? No. Oh, nope. I went too far. 50. All right. So you buy $1,000 worth, right? It's $1,000, $950, and let's say it goes to $7 by January. By January, your $1,000 bet could be worth $14,000, right? There's some serious money to be made, and this is the kind of one where I personally like to play leaps. It's not very volatile. They're super crazy, stupid, cheap on to buy these things, and if they print, I mean, it's just insane. Even if you went all the way out here, I mean, you can go super far out, and I mean, this is just, the possibility to print is just insane. If you bought we'll do 40 here maybe. Nope, way too much. 10, 20, 18. Oops. Oh my gosh, how much is this thing each? All right, it was just 15 all along. Sure, let's say $1,000, right? Let's say you buy $1,000 here, and this is all the way in 2023. If it goes back to where it was, let's say $18, right? Of around $18, then I mean, on your $1,000 bet, that's $21,000. Granted, it's going to take a whole year, but again, that kind of return on your investment is huge. You know how many people would love to get 100% of their on their return of investment in a year, in 2 years? Like, that doesn't happen. People don't get those kinds of numbers. I think we're in a very unique situation where in the next 5 years, like, if I'm not retired, I'll be very surprised based on like the way everything is going, just with the entire market, with my investments, with AMC. If you know, and this is all my own personal thought, like personally, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm like magically rich. Oh, he was rich anyways. He had a lot. No. I'm fully transparent with how much I had. I invested, it was either $4,000 or $5,000. I got very lucky. I invested $4,000 or $5,000 on March 18th, 2020, which was the all-time low of the market. I believe the all-time low. I was very, very lucky. And after then, it all started to increase. That was lockdown day, and on lockdown day is when I finally I coincidentally invested all. I literally at the airport. I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to invest. I talked with my uncle about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I got very lucky. I turned that $5,000 into life-changing money, and the rest is history. The rest is history. I'm in a very, very amazing situation with AMC, and it's just, I'm very lucky. Something also to realize is that, you know, these stocks, like for example, Disney, look at Disney, right? They've all been going all-time highs. Look at Disney look at the 5-year, right? Look. This is the pandemic right here. Look, they're on all-time high. Before, they were on 146. They're at 203 as an all-time high. You know, currently 173. But, you know, even back here, pre-pandemic, it was 154. We'll say it's just insane. It's insane. So yeah. So yeah, and you know, I love, and the reason I don't really talk about these plays too much is because I'm just so all in on AMC. Like, I don't want to shield myself into like, and again, always make your own financial decisions. I feel like my biggest opportunity right now is with AMC, and once I'm done with AMC and everything happens, then I'll be able to move in all these plays. Which is why, like, I have a full list of all these plays that I want to like get on, but until the time has come, until I feel comfortable with AMC, and you know, if and when we squeeze on my floor, I'm out, and then I can diversify the way I want to diversify, and I have my whole plan in the works, ready to go. But I'm just playing it super slowly because I can't hop in these, and you know, if this doesn't return for 2 years, well, AMC is, you know, I would imagine, in my personal opinion, make your own financial decisions. If it squeezes within 2 years, then, you know, what am I doing? And those are my thoughts. So yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Always fun. You guys can see how passionate I am about this. I know we talk about a lot about AMC, but I know there's a lot of, I know, see, Diamond, this is why I don't like to talk about it, because I talk about IVR, stuff like that. Even I'm excited about it. I want to hop in on these options. It's looking super juicy right now, especially, you know, before it had peaked. You know, it tried to bounce over here after the economy had closed. Didn't really bounce. And granted, this was like 2 months later, but right here, you know, I feel pretty good about what's going on. Granted, you know, Delta variant is out, so it might go back down to, you know, 2.5 or something. But even then, even if I got it at 3 or 4, that's a lot of money to be made if it goes all the way back up to 18 after, you know, 2 or 3 or 5 years. You know, could be so fantastic. But I see a lot of different stocks like this. I have a bunch of stocks that are like this. I'm not joking. I got a bunch of these stocks. Some of them they were already down here. They're already back up, and those ships have sailed. But some haven't, and there's a lot of opportunities there. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's always so much fun to talk to y'all. You guys have a fantastic night. I'll catch you later. Peace.